Morning, Val.
Hi, Sean.
How are you doing?
How was Christmas?
Oh, it was great. Garrett was in town.
Great.
How was your Christmas?
It was great. I have a lot of guests today, so they're joining the class.
Okay, how are you? Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And because of COVID, they cannot leave to Switzerland, so they're staying until New Year.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah. So we're crashing your class today as an activity.
I'll try to live up to expectations.
Be nice with us, Sean.
Pardon me?
Okay, you tell us. I'm going to mute, okay?
All righty. All right, we're going to wait just for a couple, about a minute, sorry, 1 minute more, and then we'll get it started. Well, I hope everyone's had a great Christmas and appreciate you joining me today. We're going to get started now. Just waiting for any last minute stragglers, but anyways, they'll join in when they're ready. Let's bring our feet to the edge of our mat. We're going to turn our feet slightly inward, so the toes kind of aim inwards and the sides of our feet run parallel to our mat. You're going to draw your shoulders up to your ears. You're going to open the palms to face forward. You're going to separate your fingers and thumbs widely, as wide as you can. And then you're going to draw the hands backwards, keeping the arms straight. There's no bend in our elbow. You should find and feel the muscles across the back and lower base of the neck starting to engage. Let's pull your butt back and bring a slight break to the knees, just a slight, not a big one. Let's hollow out the belly. As you inhale, let's sweep the hands forward, keeping the palms aiming up at the sky. And let those arms rise up as far as you can. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, turn the palms towards the earth, pull your butt back and let your fingers drift down. As you inhale, extend your back, pull the back of the head towards the sky. Make your chest proud, push it towards the earth as you lift the back of the head up. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, fold down, walk your hands out to the front of your mat and step your feet back. The short form of that is get into plank. Now pull your hips up and back to down dog. Push high up to the tippy toes. Drive your heels towards the earth. Now make your spine long. Imagine that growing. Grow your neck also. And if your head has managed to find its way deep between your arms, let's reposition it so that you pull back of the head so in your peripheral vision you can see your arms. Come high to the tippy toes. Drive your heels to the earth. Bring your body back to plank. And gently lower your knees to hover just above your mat. And then pull your hips backwards. Feel a nice release for the bottom of the feet. Strength and energy building for the arms and shoulders. Come back into your plank pose. You're gliding between 2 points now. Knees hover, hips pull back. Your back's operating in a tabletop type of fashion. And your head is not falling off your body. Hover the knees, pull your butt back, and then gently lower the knees. Come down into child's pose. Walk your hands forward. Let's make sure our forehead is not resting on our mat. Let's pull it up off the mat. And then push your chest towards the earth just a little more. And then as we step our hands back underneath our shoulders, let's separate the feet and the knees to the width of the mat. Do the same with your hands. Nice. Now, take an imaginary string tied to the center of your spine And then pull slowly but determinedly toward the sky as you let the head kind of droop now. Let's rock forward and back over the knees. And then bring it to a nice calm spot and then reverse this. Push your chest towards the earth. Let your chest push through the shoulders. So we have expansion through the front of the body and the chest in itself, and draw the back of the head high to the sky as you work to rotate your tailbone towards the sky. Take the gaze of your eyes just slightly in front of the mat. Hollow out your belly. Try to rotate towards the sky just a little bit more. Now use that big six-pack muscle of yours. And as you contract it, pull in. You're kind of tucking under through the pubis area. You're using that imaginary string to pull high to the sky, the center of the spine, and let that head just kind of fall down. And then come back to a neutral spine. Walk your hands forward. Pull your butt back. And let's make a wedge with the body right now. So it's kind of like a modified child's pose. Your toes are tucked under. Draw the hips back, walk the fingers forward, and try to find length through the upper body, through the arms. Let's draw the neck long. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, step the hands back. Come up off your knees ever so slightly. They're just hovering above the mat. And then let's rock in a clockwise motion. And then reverse. And then lower down onto your knees. Take your right foot, step it up so it's framed by your hands. On the back knee, now let's separate the knee and the foot so they're about hip width apart. So that's the left knee, right foot. As you extend the back, get nice and long. Now, take your knee, push it forward towards the toes. So the right knee is pushing over the right toes. Tuck the toes under at the back, elevate that left knee up off the mat. And then as you inhale, extend the spine. And then keep your butt down and we're gonna unhinge. We're gonna come all the way up to almost vertical, just a slight forward lean as you bring hands over heart. Step the back foot forward, push hands to the sky, inhale. Exhale, fold, step back, plank. Let's add a little bit in for our chest here as you hover low. And then push back up to hover high. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Push high to the tippy toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Gently lower your knees just above the mat as you bring your shoulders to hover over your wrists. Pull your butt back. And then slide forward, back to plank. Same thing we were doing earlier. Knees lower to hover, butt pulls back. A tabletop back is kind of sliding forward and back. Come back to plank, come back, lower down onto your knees, step them out wide to the mat's edge. Do the same with the hands. Pull your butt back as your hands walk forward. Making sure your forehead has remained up off your mat. Push your chest proud to the earth. Step the hands back. And let's take the hips and draw them up ever so slightly. And step your right foot up so it's now framed by the hands. Keeping that left knee down on the earth. Push, sorry, I got my sides mixed up. Push the left knee forward to the left toes. Take the right knee, raise it up off your mat. Inhale, extend the spine. Keep the butt down as you unhinge. And as you come up, bring hands over heart and step the back foot forward. Hands push to the sky. Boom. All right, now relax the arms down slowly. Palms facing to the sky. Let's separate the fingers widely and use the fingers to pull the arms and everything across the front of the chest and the back, nice and wide. Hollow out your belly. As you inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. As you exhale, take the butt back. So we have a little bit of bend through the hips and the knees, but we are long through the spine. We are not flexing. We're making the chest proud as best we can. Now, take a big inhale. Exhale, fold over those thighs. Let the upper body hang down. Let's bring hand to opposite elbow and just float around a little bit. And then let's bring our body calm. Let's bring straightness to the legs. Let's bring the fingertips down on our earth. As you inhale, extend that back nice and flat. Pull the back of the head up towards the sky. Now, let's get a little bit of orientation and awareness, if you will, of weight bearing in our feet. Let's walk the fingers forward until you feel the pad of your foot most heavily weighted. So very little at all, if any, weight in the heels. Let's walk the hands backwards and feel the transition of weight and try to get most of it as best you can into the heels, keeping that spine nice and long. Let's bend the knees and lower your butt and tabletop the back as best you can. Your version of tabletop back. Hopefully you got some nice music playing. We're just finishing up our warm up here. We're going to start to work the body. It's going to be an enjoyable workout today, right? I like the way you guys think. Now, lower your butt even more. Bring your palms onto the shins. Keep your elbows out wide of the body. As you push the palm to the shin, bring that back into a much deeper extension and start to unhinge to the hips without letting that butt rise. We're going to be in a prone type position. There's an angle between our upper body and our mat. Now push the palms, extend broad through the chest, get wider. Try to make that really wide. It's more of an extension of activation of those back muscles and the shoulder muscles, exteriorly rotating, creating openness through the chest. Let's pull the back of the head towards the sky. Now, keeping the hips down, unhinge the upper body. Let the hands kind of slide up onto the kneecaps, then let them release. And then much like we practiced a little earlier, bring the arms all the way back. Chest is nice and proud. Hollow out the belly. Hollow it out even more. Give me more. Bring the hands all the way forward and up. Stand tall. As you inhale, and as you exhale, fold and step back to plank. All right, hover low, hover high. Pull hips up and back to down dog. Tippy toes. Heels drive to the earth. Come back to plank. Hover low, hover high. Pull up and back to down dog. Up on the tiptoes, heels drive to the earth. Sweep back to plank. Hover low, hover high, pull up and back down dog. Nice, tippy toes. Heels drive to the earth. Take the left leg, lift it to the sky, and then step it forward, framing it between your hands. As you inhale, extend. Take the right heel, drop it to the earth. Both feet are flat to the earth, and as you unhinge, inhale, take the right hand, sweep it up, kind of like a hand of an arm of a clock, and dial it all the way back so both arms run parallel to the earth. If you're hanging out in that mat, I'd like you to actively push away from the earth. So there's very little bends in both knees. Let's take the left palm, flip it to the sky, and then move it to the sky, straight up and down, best you can. Take the right hand, bring it onto that hip. Now take the left arm as you reach to the sky and sweep back, keeping those legs as straight as you possibly can now. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, spiral it all down. Frame that front foot, step it back to plank, hover low, hover high, pull up and back down dog. Tiptoes, heels drive, right leg sweeps to the sky, right foot steps forward to be framed by those hands. Left heel drops to your mat. Both feet are flat. Both feet are flat. As you inhale, extend. As you extend, elevate, sweep that left hand to the sky, all the way back. Open both palms to the sky. Let's drop that left hand to hip. Take the right hand, sweep it all the way up. Create length from your mat all the way through the fingertips. Sweep back a little deeper. Sweep forward, round it all down, frame that front foot, step it back to plank. Hover low, hover high, pull hips up and back. Down dog. Tippy toes. Heels drive earth. Step or jump both feet forward. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, bend the knees, lower that booty. Keep the hips low. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears. And just bring those fingertips up off your mat now, so they're floating. Hollow out the belly, keep the hips low, unhinge the upper body. Open the palms to face forward, separate fingers widely, pull everything back. Nice. Now, this is a squat-like position. Let's bring the knees forward today and then pull the butt back. Keeping that chest nice and proud, keeping that belly hollowed out. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms forward and up, shoulder height, thumbs aimed to the sky. Now, best you can, remember how we got that weight orientation in the feet. Pull back the hips, give me as much weight bearing in your heels. Lower your butt. And then raise, come all the way up to standing. We're going to squat it down again, trying to keep the orientation of weight this time, mostly to the heels. It's a different muscle activation or amount of activation. Try not to use so much of our quads. Trying to use more of our gluteals and hamstrings relative to the hip and knee hinging we're doing. Come back down. Keeping nice and proud. We're not flexing for that upper body. We're oscillating between these 2 points. The lowest squat we can go to and our standing position. And as we repeat, I like to try to take it to a deeper depth, increasing the range of motion between our up and down position. Keep finding that nice extension through the back. Try not to let that chin drop. Try not to let crane with it either. Not pushing it forward. We're not pulling it back in. We're keeping the neck long, keeping the weight in the heels. Come down and hold. Now take the arms, raise them to the sky. Take a big breath in, release it, hold. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Step it back to plank. Great job. Hover low. Hover high. Pull up and back to down dog. Tippy toes. Heels. Step or jump both feet forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Gonna grab a little towel here. Apparently in the sun, my body likes to leak a little. Now inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. As you unfold, sweep the hands to the sky. Hello, people. Bring hands over heart. Take your left knee, raise it up. Take your left foot, step it back. We are in a lunge-like position. We're going to take that front knee and we're going to push it forward to get the toes not visible. We're going to take the vision of the toes away by having that knee forward. Oh, there goes all my people. Garrett's off to the airport, so yes. Now, that lean forward, it's going to put a load into that front leg. I like to try to keep that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create some activation in the posterior muscle. So we're going to push the hips high to the sky, and you'll notice how your knee is going to draw back and be back of the ankle, legs straight. You're going to feel that gluteal on that right cheek working a little harder. Whoa. Now, lean in just a little more. And you notice my back foot is not flat. I'm up on the toes. If I need more stability, I can drop the heel, but if I can't, I'm going to try to ask you to be tall on those toes. Push the hands forward. We're throwing a little more weight into the equation here. And if you're getting a little burning going on in that right cheek, great. Now, raise the arms. You notice there's no bend in the elbow. The hands, the elbow, and the arm have remained in the same line. It's the shoulder joint. We've rotated through it. Try to keep that rotation real. That's your back and the shoulder muscles, the exterior rotators of the shoulder working. Let's lift them a little higher. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, let the hands sweep down, open the palms to face forward, draw the arms back. Nice, proud chest. If you're craning with that neck, pull the back of the head into the line of the spine. There's my poetry for the day. Did you get it? Nice. Now, sweep the hands forward, bring them up shoulder height. Palms are rotated to face. Take a big inhale, raise those arms a little higher. Inhale a little higher. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, sweep it back. Beautiful. Let's take that left foot, step it forward. You're welcome. Now, hands sweep to the sky. Hands come over heart. Right knee lifts, right foot steps back. Same thing, opposite side. Take the left knee, push it forward. Get that lean into the body here. Get those quads active. You can feel them working right now, I hope. Now, elevation time. Push from the feet all the way through the hips. See them rise up. Feel the change of muscle. The active muscle now more in the posterior part of our body. Let's push the hands forward, shoulder height. Nice. Now, inhale, raise. Inhale, raise a little higher. Inhale, raise a little higher. Exhale, let the arms sweep back all the way. Nice. Sweep forward. Inhale, raise. Inhale, raise. Inhale, raise. Exhale, come all the way back. Now, let's re-engage here. Push everything up off the earth. I can feel myself slipping, so I just wanted to remind everyone, just in case you forgot. Nice. Now, arms forward. Lean in a little more. Raise the arms as you inhale. Raise them a little higher as you breathe in again. And as you inhale one more time, bring hands over heart. Back foot steps forward. Awesome job. Push your hands to the sky. As you exhale, fold all the way down. Step it back to your plank. Hover it low, and then hover it high. Pull your hips up and back, down dog. Nice opportunity to lengthen out those gluteals. We will work on them. And the hamstrings. Take your left leg, raise it to the sky, step it up in between your hands. Keep up on the toes of the back foot this time. As you inhale, unhinge. Nice. Now, let's take this upper body. Two things I like to see. I like to just push back and hold. So our bodies are almost vertical. We have a nice stance. The legs are relatively straight. Let's bring our hands together. Let's interlock the fingers and then push the palms forward. So we're going to rotate the palms so that they rotate forward. We're going to keep the arms nice and straight. Nice. Now, raise the arms. Now, hold on this for just a little bit. I'm going to get set up. My feet are a little slippery on my mat. So I'm going to, which adds to the complication. Now, if you can, I'd like you to try to imagine you were pulling the whole body up with the hands. Higher. Nice. Now, rotate to your right. and pull back the hands. Feel a nice lengthening for that whole side body. Bring hands back over heart. Step the back foot forward. Sweep the arms to the sky. Bring hands over heart. Step the opposite foot back. Interlock the fingers, push the palms forward. Nice. Now we have a nice, tall, mostly vertical body. Let's make sure we're actively pushing our body and our hips in particular up off the mat. Let's bring the arms to the sky. Let's inhale and let's start to spiral. So we're spiraling to the left. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bring hands over heart. Step the back foot forward. Push the hands to the sky. Fold all the way down. Step it back to plank. Hover low. Hover high. Go up and back to down dog. Tippy toes. Heels. With both knees come down onto your mat. Separate them wide, a little wider than hip width. And let's bring your hands to the width of your shoulder. We're in a quadruped or on all fours. Nice. Now, if you can, this is a practice that kind of requires a little bit of knowledge about what our bodies like to do, and then trying to convert into what they should be doing. And some of us do it already. So what we're going to try to do now is push your chest through your shoulders. And you can kind of see what's going on if you look. Right now, my shoulders are forward in the forward part of my body. And as I push my chest through, my shoulders are actually drifting or rotating to be more in the middle part of my torso. So not in front, but kind of right beside, kind of where they should be. That's where we want them to be. Now let's pull the shoulders towards my ears or your ears and then separate them. Try to make them wide. Try to get them wider. It's a different muscle activation than pulling them up. Keep the chest proud. Keep it pushing towards the earth. Take the left foot, step it back. Keep the toes of that left foot on the mat. So as best you can, shoulders square, hips square. Now, take the right knee, and just lift it up off the earth. That's it. Hold, 5. And then gently lower the knee back to the earth. Take the right arm and reach it forward. Open the palm to face the midline of the body. Now take the left foot, raise it without bending the knee. Keep that leg almost locked. Keep your hips square, keep your shoulders square. And if you've done any side translation, if you move side to side, try to bring the body back to center. Take the right elbow and left knee and bring them together. Hold on it. Now pull your elbow and knee up towards your chest. Let the back round. It's okay. Let it round. Let the head fall. As you inhale, extend both back out. And then come back down into all fours. Nice. Take the right foot, slide it back. Keep the right toes on the mat. Now, if you need a little break for your wrists, you can simply roll them around a little bit. But if you're able to go on, please do. Take the left knee. So the left toes are tucked under. Raise the left knee up off the earth. Just an inch or two. That's it. Nothing big. And then as the left knee returns, take the left hand, reach it forward. Arms straight. Right foot elevates off the mat. We didn't do this on the last one, but we're going to do it this time. Hand and heel higher to the sky. And then come back onto all fours. Let the head fall. Pull the center of the spine high. Push your chest towards the earth. Pushing through the shoulders. Pulling the back of the head high. Hollow out the belly. Nice. Take the left foot, slide it back. Left toes are on the mat. Right knee elevates ever so slightly. You'll notice there might be more control now that our mind's been made more aware of what we're trying to accomplish.
So there's less side to side translation. Lower the right knee. Take the left foot and raise it up. Take the right hand this time out beside the body, palms facing the earth. Now push your chest towards the mat. Try to keep the left elbow from bending. This is more about movement through the shoulders than through any of the other joints. Take the left heel, right hand, raise it higher to the sky. Raise them, sorry. Now come back to all fours as you exhale. Take the right foot, push it back. Take the left knee, elevate. As you fatigue the muscles of the neck, the head's going to want to drop. Try to keep it from doing so. Take the left knee down. Take the left hand, bring it out beside the body. Take the right heel, lift it up. Try to avoid the shift. Use the core, keep it engaged. Now, hand, heel, higher. Exhale, back to all fours. Great job. Float the knees, pull the hips up to down dog. Step or jump your hands forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Let's take the hands off the mat, rotate them one direction, rotate them another. Bring your fingertips back down. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfold.
Hands sweep to the sky. Hello again. Exhale, fold back down. I'm going to grab a towel. Started off as yoga, and now it's become a swim match, apparently, for me. All right. Let's bring our feet back to the width of the mat again. Now that I've gotten all my stuff taken care of. Let's take sides of the foot so they run parallel. So the big toes turn in ever so slightly. Let's bring our hands onto the hips. Let's hollow out that belly. Let's make that chest proud. Let's draw the shoulders up to the ears. Nice. Now, imagine width created across the chest. Try to widen across as you hollow out the tummy. Now, subtle movement. It's more subtle because it's not really a movement at all. It's an isometric activation. I'd like you to imagine the ball of each big toe pushing down into the mat. And then I'd like you to try to rotate the big toes in towards each other to give an activation of your inner thigh muscles. So let's keep that realized. It simply means don't let that go. Hold on to it like you love it or something, because you probably don't love it, but you're going to love it. You're going to learn to love it. Pull your hips back without bending the knees. So we're just hip hinging with no other joints really in play right now. Let's take the big toes, push them a little deeper. It's okay if the big toes push down and the little ones lift up. Most important is that push down into the mat of the big toe and the ball of that big toe, most importantly. Sorry, I didn't really say that right. Now, keep the ball of each big toe pushing down and try a little more effort to rotate them internally and hold on that. Let's add some fun into this. Let's take the hands and reach them forward. Keep that internal rotation. As you inhale, raise the hands. Arms are straight, not bent through the elbows. Big inhale, exhale, fold. Nice. Step it back, plank. So those muscles on the side of your body, right around the hip joint, you felt them working and fatiguing, good. It's exactly what we were targeting. Pull hips up and back to down dog. Tippy toes, heels, step or jump forward, inhale, extend to a flat back. Keep the back in extension. Step the feet out to the sides of your mat. Turn your big toes in ever so slightly. Keep the legs almost straight. Same awareness we created earlier about the weight bearing in the heels. Let's draw the hips back. You're going to feel the hamstrings
A little more active, a little more lengthened. Keep the back in extension. Keep the back of the head from falling off the body. Lift it up. Use some muscle today. There. Now, as you inhale, sweep the arms out beside the body. Keep your back tabletop so it runs parallel to the earth. So we're kind of like in a plane-like position or bird, whatever your favorite form of flight is. The palms are facing the earth. Now, take your thumbs and rotate them to face the sky. Take your arms and raise them higher to the sky. Take that belly button and hollow it out. See if you can lift the thumbs a little higher. As you inhale, stand tall. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the sky. As you inhale, extend. And as you exhale, fold halfway down, bring your arms beside the body, rotate the palms to face the earth. Let's make the connection and the weight bearing notice, the connection. Back of head lifted, spine long, chest proud. Keep that connection, draw your butt back. Give me most of the weighting into the heel of your foot. Bring the hands down and then forward. Palms have rotated to face the midline of your body. As you inhale, unhinge the upper body, stand tall. As you exhale, lower the elbows, shoulder height. Just like field goals. This would be good for Gus. You can play football, remember? Now, take the palms, keep them facing forward, separate the fingers, pull your elbows backwards. As we've opened more through the chest, we've engaged more through those shoulder blade muscles on the back. We're going to keep those muscles, the shoulder blades, active as we rotate the field goals, down. So we're horizontal with the forearms. Let's make sure our elbows haven't dropped. Trying to keep them up shoulder height as best we can. Now, if you can, try to rotate through the horizontal level without pulling up the shoulders. This is all about shoulder mobility. We're just working on lengthening out some of these muscles that get shortened up by our sedentary lifestyle. Raise the hands back up, shoulder height. Raise them back up to be field goals. Push the hands to the sky. Beautiful. Drop the elbows, shoulder height. Keep the field goal position. Pull your butt back to weight to the heel. Now, without pushing forward with the head, fold halfway forward. This is a different sensation. Nice. Keeping those muscles through our shoulders active. So nothing's really changing in the angles. There's no real movement for the shoulder itself. The only movement is through the hips. Let's keep the spine long, neck long, unhinge. Back to field goal position. Take the hands, this time rotate them backwards. Nice. Now, take your hands forward, horizontal. Draw the shoulders up, hollow out your belly, rotate the hands down a little more if you can. Pull the butt back, fold forward. Now, sweep the hands forward, keep the field goal thing, come all the way back up to stand. Field goal to reach for the sky, fold all the way forward, step it back to plank. Oops. Gotta grab my towel again. All right. Hover low, hover high, pull your hips up and back to down dog. Tippy toes, heels. Take your knees down onto the mat, have a seat. Great work today. I'm gonna finish up with some well-needed, well-deserved stretching. I'm gonna start this all off in staff position. You're gonna bring your feet about hip width apart. You're gonna take your toes, aim them straight up. Now, if you're relaxing, I get it. You might be tired, that upper body's worked a lot, those
Spinal extensors have been active a lot today. The shoulders, we get a lot of stuff going on. Now, all that said, I'd like you to try to make long the spine and take your shoulders up towards the ears and then make your chest proud. Nice. And then bring your hands over heart. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, fold a little forward, just enough you can feel the hamstrings kind of going ant. If you got that ant feeling, see, it comes with sound effects. If you got that feeling, you kind of get in the stretch right now. So all we're really doing is we're kind of rotating the ischium, which is the connection point of those hamstrings. We're pulling it farther away from the knee, which means the muscle has to lengthen out just ever so slightly more. I'm going to fold in just a little deeper, keep the spine in extension. If you go into flexion, you're going to kind of release that rotation. It's going to feel better on your hamstrings, but it's not going to be effective at releasing it. Now bend the knees ever so slightly, keep the spine long, fold in a little deeper, and then bring length back out to the legs. Try to straighten out the knees. Bring your hands forward to your toes. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, let the spine go into flexion this time and kind of fold all the way down. And then as you inhale, extend. Walk your hands back, coming back into staff pose. It's basically just making an L with your body. You could say we do staff pose just for the L of it. Push your hands to the sky. I know it's a bad joke, but hey, it's Sunday. What do you want? Push your hands high to the sky. Proud chests with hands over heart, stepping the body down, kind of continuing our stretch. I want you to hollow out your belly. I want you to take one vertebrae at a time and put it down on the mat. Keep the C curve in the spine. Keep it fine, keep it fine, keep it slow, 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 and then bring it all the way down. Bring the hands well above the head, extend them all the way back. Stretches for the whole front of the body, making it nice and long. You can point your toes and use your fingers to create a mini tug of war if you want. Fingers and toes pulling opposite direction. Great. Let's take your knees, pull them up and into the chest. Bring your forehead up to meet the knees. Let's rock and roll without coming up. We're just kind of massaging the back. Great. Now, come back to a laying down position. Pull your knees back into the chest. Separate them about hip width apart. Let them come all the way down onto your mat with that separation not changing at all. You're going to bring the right leg over the left. You're going to try and keep the knees as close together as possible. Depending on the thickness of your legs, it might be hard getting the knees close, 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 but just give me your best effort. You're going to use the right leg now to help pull us into this stretch. So you're going to use the right leg, and you're going to start pulling it towards the right side, which is going to cause that left knee to start to rotate down. Now the hinge is the ball of the big foot, or the ball of the big toe. Bigfoot's a legendary, imaginary creature. The ball of the big toe of that left foot and the heel of the left foot. Now we're not going to bring the knee all the way down. We're going to let it hover. We're going to take the upper body and we're going to rotate onto the right shoulder, and then you're going to bring the left hand to the sky. Let that right arm just hang out. It doesn't need to do anything. Separate the fingers widely. Keep the head on the mat, and then take your hand and reach it back diagonally. So not straight up or not straight out. Between the out and up, 45 degrees. You're going to try to rotate that left shoulder towards the mat. Some people get it down, and it's preferred if you don't. When we put it down, it kind of releases the lengthening of the muscle. You have to get long to get down, of course, but we want to actively use that to pull the muscle longer, as opposed to just letting it go to a relaxed state where it's not really doing anything. This is a good way to release adhesion in muscle, is like lengthening it back out. There's many different therapies for it. This is just one. So I'll pull along the arm,
Keep the knee rotating towards the mat. If you've got it down, if you've got both down and you're working actively to push and pull, and you feel like there's a tension through that whole side body, then you're doing the right thing. Now come back up center. That was a nice long stretch. Switch up sides. Left leg pulls right towards the mat. Float the right knee, come up onto the left shoulder, reach the right hand into the sky. Reach the right hand diagonally back. A lot of times when I see people do this stretch, I see that the effort to get down is forgoing what we're trying to work here. And the effort should be to kind of make longer those muscles that run over the hips. It's the tensor fascia lata. If you have sore knees, that's one of the culprits normally. And then you have your glute medius and minimus, those muscles right on the side of the hip. And they get shortened up when we sit, or the hips are in flexion for long periods of time. It's a great stretch to help lengthen them out also. So for runners and for sitters, a good stretch. Now try to reach that right arm back ever so slightly more. Try to rotate that right knee ever so slightly more. Let's take a big inhale, and as you exhale, come back up. Uncross the legs. Pull the knees up and into the chest. Bring the forehead up to meet the knees. And then this time we're going to rock and roll front to back and come all the way into a seated position. Nice. Let's take your legs. I like to do lotus, but just cross them, whatever your preferred method is. You can do lotus too. This is the last stretch. We're going to be wrapping it up in a couple seconds. Let's just walk forward, fold over, let that low back now get a nice release. Let the hips also. Inhale and walk back in. Switch it up, cross it over the opposite way. Walk it back out. And then let's walk it back in. Coming back up into a seated position, let's bring hands over heart. Let me thank you for your participation today. Thanks for being here. Family and all, much appreciated. Namaste.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
That was great.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
Val.
Sean.
Thanks, Susan.
Hey.
Sue.
That was good. That was good. I needed that. I didn't
rest-
want to do it,
You
and I
didn't?
did it.
You did it.
No.
Well, I'm very proud of you. Thank you.
No, it's
Thank
good.
you, Sean.
Bye.
That was good.
Betty, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
This is Guillermo. This is
Good.
Gus's godfather.
Oh,
Good job.
Gus wasn't here, but I told him.
oh,
Yeah, it was,
That was fun.
great. It was
oh,
fun.
thank you very much. I appreciate-
Thanks, Sean.
Hope
a
everyone
good
had
day,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Yeah.
See you Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you Tuesday. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Thank you. You too.